What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we are reviewing the Transformers Beast Machine Cheetor. Now the reason why we're reviewing this specific figure is because we just got the announcement that in the next Legacy line there's going to be doing another Cheetor, which I'm super excited to see. And I don't think it's going to be as big as this one because this Cheetor is quite big and I had to scrunch them just to pretty much stay on my spin table, and I don't think I'll be able to do it in the robot mode. But one key thing to know is I think this was actually the biggest transformer of the time, prior than Fortress Maximus from G1, because I know that was a really big figure. But afterwards, I think this was like the tallest transformer that we had for a really long time. So it's definitely a very big figure that you're going to see later on. So the market price for this figure is about $200. Now that is including shipping, and I am talking of it being sealed. It's just very hard to actually find some open. So if you actually have the opportunity to actually get one, I definitely recommend it because it's definitely worth it, especially if all the electronic components still works. It's definitely a really cool figure to have. Now, before we begin, friendly reminder as always to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. So starting first, we're going to take a close look, and yeah, I'm going to have to pretty much fiddle it in my hand, and there's some parts that are definitely loose, like the tail part. So this is also his sword that we're going to show you in a second, but yeah, it's supposed to plug in like that, but it doesn't really stay. So but yeah, we're going to show you some cool functionality. So over here you have the lever, and that is supposed to be for the spine, so it's pretty cool. Some gears are not working quite well because if you rotate this, you're supposed to be able to move the head, and then the mouth opens as well, but it's a very old figure, so it's not really working quite well. Yeah, so it does actually have a nice little, I don't know what you call it, like not even an app crunch, it's like side to side movements that you could do, so placement. So for me it's actually perfect because it fits on the spin table, and if I'm actually displaying it, it's quite long, so at least that's a good thing. So there's definitely tons of articulation, but mostly have to do with the transformation, and especially that you're going to notice it's just going to be him pretty much standing up and that's it. I could definitely show you, like, the first accessory is definitely going to be his tail that easily falls out, and it actually turns into a sword. So this is actually quite cool, so love it. And even for the transformation, I could actually show you on the camera because it doesn't take that much time. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is just move like the arms upwards like that, and I'll try my best to get all on camera so there's no issue. So we have this piece that you're going to have to lift, and then you're going to be able to rotate it because that's going to cover the back piece over here. So we're going to do just that. Okay, then this part gets pushed down, so we're going to go like this and then slide this down. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is quite loose because old figure, it is what it is. And oh wait, we were supposed to just lift this part up first and do the head part actually now. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get all on camera. He's just extremely big and tall and lanky, so put all the head all the way like that. Okay, perfect. So that's in, and then the new head goes in, which is quite cool. So look at that, that's amazing. And also there's like a little button and the eyes turn. I'll definitely get a better shot because I'm going to have to lift the whole camera area up. But just for the transformation, now we just slide this down. This keeps on coming down, so put that there. Okay, for the legs, the most TV. Yes, I am missing one. I know I have it somewhere at like my parents' place, but somewhere. Okay, so the legs actually collapse over here, and I do recommend it because then he's quite tall. And over here there's actually like a latch thing, so flip. You want it pretty much flat, and then this part you want it out. Now there's actually rubber at the bottom, so that actually really helps a lot for standing, so it doesn't slide at all. And then we're going to do the same thing, so we're going to have to rotate that, do that, take the feet, same thing again. We're going to have to flip it, there you go, lock it, there we go. And like you see, we can't really show so much, so hold on, give me 1 second and I'll just set them all nicely. So surprisingly, I was able to get him on the spin table, so he does look very funny looking and he is quite tall, so definitely a Titan class if you want an ideal. You're definitely going to see the size when we do size comparisons, but yeah, it was definitely very interesting to get him up there. Now we're going to show you some cool gimmicks that he could do. So starting with the head, definitely looks amazing. So it could turn 360. Every single detail of it is just amazing. But yeah, if you look, you're going to see that it turns green. You could open it up. The only issue that I had with this jaw is that it kind of reminded me like the puppet from Goosebumps. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then definitely hit that subscribe button. Okay, one cool factor that he does have is that you notice that there's the can, because he does have finger articulation and separate finger articulation as well, which is quite good. So yeah, so the arms could actually turn 360. It's on a ratchet joint, and to actually release the missiles, you just have to punch it. That's one, and that's two, and they actually go quite far. Like that one actually just flew right now. And then for the last one is actually his hand, so these are also separate joints as well, but if you push forward, it actually extends. So this is really cool. So definitely a very cool gimmick for its time. But yeah, the details, like, it looks nice. Like there's no issues of it. Everything does look nice. It just seems a bit unproportional, and it's like a nightmare to have it like stand. But besides that, it's all decent details. There's really no issues that I have of this figure. Now I think it's about time we check some size comparison. Here he is next to our masterpiece Megatron. Here he is next to the king of the beasts, Predaking, who is a Titan class figure, and I'm surprised, but Cheetor is actually taller. And finally, here he is next to Scorponaut. And yeah, it took literally him just to find a figure to actually surpass the size of this Cheetor. So I'm actually quite amazed how tall Cheetor is. And that's it for a review of Cheetor. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's monstrosity of a review, definitely like and subscribe. And honestly, I was trying to do a cool pose with him, and that was like the only pose that I could do. And you know what? It was very hard to get back on the spin table, so it is what it is. So like I said, if you want just for like display or just to have the figure as a collectible, definitely recommend it. If it's one that you are planning on playing with, I definitely do not. And if you want a sneak peek at future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can always follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.